on the Digital Orthodontist, we're going to be talking Snapchat Geofilters. So what is a geofilter? Well, as the name suggests, it is a filter that can be added to a photo that only exists in a certain geography or a certain location. So you may have been out, let's say you're eating at a restaurant here in Memphis, we have a Midtown district and you're in Midtown, and maybe you swipe after you take a photo and you see a filter that shows up that says Midtown is Memphis, or maybe you're in Germantown and you see one that says Germantown, and you can add this filter on top of a photo and then post the photo on Snapchat. And geofilters are something that people on Snapchat really like. As a business, you can create your very own custom geofilter. The good news is that on-demand geofilters just recently launched for businesses to use. There are some negatives. They're not cheap. They're about $5 to $10 a day, and they can only last for 30 days, so they're probably better for special events or occasions. But it's really cool that you as an office can have your own Snapchat geofilter, because I promise you patients will love it. So my practice, Saddle Creek Orthodontics, has already used a custom geofilter, and here in a second we'll show you using that as an example. And it was for our grand opening here in this Collierville office. Went really well. A lot of people used it, and then we had them share it to Instagram or Twitter to win a prize. CHT Orthodontics, a client of Neon Canvas, we created a Snapchat filter or geofilter for their movie night, and it went really well. And I've seen a lot of other orthodontists starting to use this feature as well. I could see, for braces on days, maybe you have a geofilter where as they're sitting in the chair, they could have, glasses and maybe like a mouth prop that's added, and they could kind of fit themselves into the filter. Or maybe on the day where braces come off, it could say braces off, the name of your practice, and then maybe like a big, Cheshire cat smile or something like that. I mean, really, the sky's the limit. Anything that you can put as an image that could be overlaid on their image or their selfie could work. So creativity will really win the day with geofilters. I think the most cost-effective way to use geofilters on Snapchat would be for a single day event, maybe just for a few hours at like a CE event or a patient appreciation party. And at that sort of a thing, you can tell people, hey, use our Snapchat filter. It'll probably only end up costing you like $10 or $15. And a really effective way to use it. So we're gonna walk through the process of creating a geofilter, sending it off to Snapchat, and then how you use it in your practice. So the first thing that you're gonna need is you're gonna need the creative concept. So whatever you're gonna do, you can work with someone on Fiverr or with a graphic designer, and they're gonna need to create for you a transparent PNG file. That's PNG. I don't know what that stands for, but that's what you need. And it's gonna allow you to overlay an image on top of a selfie. For the rest of the steps, we're gonna head over to the computer, starting with where we need to go. Okay, so you need to get into your browser and you need to visit www.snapchat.com/geofilters. All right, it will take you right here, and there are two basic options for geofilters. There are community geofilters and there are on-demand geofilters. Community geofilters are for, like as it says here, any city, university, local landmark, or other public location. This is not for brands, okay? So this is for like, Midtown or Uptown or East Memphis or whatever. The other option is on demand. This is for businesses and for individuals. So obviously we're a business, that's for us. And this is things, that can have a brand logo or trademarks permitted. So we are gonna click on Learn More there. And it gives us the option to create now. You can also kind of learn a little bit of how this works. And basically, we've already talked about the design aspect. We've kind of danced over that. Important, you need the transparent PNG. Then we're going to do the map, and then we're going to do the buy. So let's go ahead and create now, and we'll walk through the process. All right, so we created in a previous episode this TDO test, and we're going to log in. We're going to say that we're not a robot. Select all squares with street signs. Okay, let's do that. All right, let's do it again. We are not a robot. Congratulations to us. All right, so moving on in, the first thing that's going to have us do is upload our transparent PNG. So you can, I guess you can create online. That's not going to be the best way to do it. You probably need to have someone create it for you and then export it as a PNG. They do have templates that you can download in Photoshop and Illustrator files, and you can send that to your graphic design artist or to someone on Fiverr. All right, so this is my Snapchat filter.png that we use for our grand opening, and then just automatically you can see how it fits onto your average phone. This is going to be the size or the ratio, screen ratio of like an iPhone 5 and above. Anything below that's going to be a little bit smaller. You can kind of zoom it in if you wanted to look a little bit bigger. You can even make it smaller. It was designed, of course, to be kind of about right there. All right, you can give your Geofilter a name, so we'll call this our grand opening, and then that will show up later. And then we'll hit next. And then we can decide when we want it to show. So as we're filming this, it is almost Labor Day. It's September 3rd. Actually, I guess it's September 2nd. You probably don't care. So I don't know when it is that you're watching this. But let's go ahead and assume that we're going to have an event on Thursday, September 8th. And that event is going to be from, let's say, it's going to be from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, maybe it's a CE event, let's say. Okay, and we'll do that on the same day. So it's only going to last for 3 hours, so it probably won't be that expensive. The limit, again, is you can only do it for 30 days. That's the absolute limit. So I'm going to search for our practice. And let's go ahead where we sit right now, which is in Collierville. And our practice does not show up, but this is where we are. So some things on maps are not going to show up. So you may have to go outside and kind of figure out exactly what you're looking at. You can also zoom in a little bit and kind of see exactly where you are. This is our neighbor, Children's Dental Center. And you're going to draw a fence. Now, you have to make it at least 20,000 square feet. And so let's say that our office is kind of in this area right here. And let's see how many square feet that is. So that's 156,000 square feet. That's a little bit big. But you can tell even at that size, you're just talking $11, which is not bad. Now, if you want to make it a little bit smaller, you can sort of, rearrange that Geo fence, I think they call it. And you can kind of customize your area. And then, 100,000 square feet, you're just at $7, which is not bad at all. All right, so then you hit next once you have your area the way that you want it. Obviously, up here we've got it where we've named it. We can call this, it's a business. And our business name, we need to put that in. Which we'll go Saddle Creek Ortho, it's too long otherwise. And then this is where you would put in your payment information. So from that point, you would agree to terms of service and you would submit. Now the next step of this is that you would have 24 hours where they look at your Geofilter and they determine whether it's appropriate or not and whether they're going to approve it or not. Obviously something like this, they're going to approve it, and they did. And they'll send you an email to let you know that it's been approved. Then from the time of 6 to 9 o'clock on the date that you selected, September 8th in this case, that Snapchat filter will show up as an option for anyone with Snapchat who is in that area. And so obviously you need to tell people to look for it because otherwise they may not see it. And then the step that follows after that is to promote the post. Do a competition on Twitter and Instagram where they share the snap. They take a screenshot of it and they share it there. And then you can also, at the end of all this, you can log back in and you can see how many people used your Geofilter, which is pretty cool. Okay, so another thing that you can do is you can look at the metrics of your Geofilter. This is, of course, after you've already used the Geofilter. I've logged into my actual practice Snapchat account here, and you can go up to the top and go to My Geofilter. So we've only ever run one, and you can see that the one that we ran is the same as the one we just tested with. And you can see that we got 59 uses. And so from those 59 uses, there were 2,600 people who viewed it. Now that doesn't count the people that saw it when those posts were screenshotted and shared elsewhere, like on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. But that's pretty good. I mean, 2,600 people, 59 uses for $25. That's not bad at all. So you're talking about like a penny a view, which I think pretty much anyone would go for that in terms of social media ad spend. Pretty cool that you can see how well your Geofilter performed. Okay, so hopefully now you understand how to create your own Geofilter. I would love to see what some of you out there come up with. I've already seen some orthodontists who've come up with some really amazing Snapchat filters. If you have one or you're thinking about an idea for one, email it over, Kyle@NeonCanvas, and we would love to help you out with that. We really appreciate all of our viewers out there for all the questions and all the support. If you know someone who's not currently following the Digital Orthodontist, drop them a line, have them go to neoncanvas.com/thedigitalortho and have them sign up. It's completely free, and if you're out there watching it, hopefully you enjoy it and think they would as well. From all of us here at the Digital Orthodontist, I'm Dr. Kyle Fagala, signing off.